oh, Happy New Year's. He was like, Happy New Year's, I love you. Like, you've been killing this. Like, keep going, da-da-da. He's so, like, drunk that he misinterprets the call.
Quiet, because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find out the truth. And you know that I was finding out that truth. If I entertain something that I know is not true on the internet, people be like, oh, it is true because you're addressing it. But when I don't address it, it's true as well. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just not gonna entertain it. And at the end of the day, I know what's going on.
It looks like Cardi B just dropped a bombshell that shook the internet like a frozen avalanche. And trust me, once you hear it, you won't be able to forget it. Word on the street is that Saweetie is suing Offset for a jaw-dropping $50 million after leaked scandalous tape of them surfaced. Sit tight, because what's about to unfold is straight-up wild. Cardi clapped back instantly saying, "What? I'm not stupid." And here's where it gets crazy. Since 2021, whispers have circled that Offset and Saweetie have been sneaking around while Cardi was pregnant. Quavo's messy lyrics only fueled the fire. "You wanted the gang, now it's messy," he rapped. But Cardi didn't flinch. She shut it down publicly, saying, "I know exactly what's happening in my house." She called the whole rumor nothing more than crazy lies without receipts. But just when fans thought the story had been buried, Joe Budden resurrected it on his podcast. Offset doubled down, denying every accusation, asking, "Are they wrong?" Then DJ Academics jumped in, dragging Saweetie, Ari Fletcher, and even Chris Rock into the chaos. And now, Saweetie is coming back swinging with that $50 million lawsuit for emotional damage and defamation. Here's the kicker. Nobody saw this lawsuit coming. But when the money slows down, lawsuits start to heat up. Fans are saying Saweetie's been too quiet for too long, and now it looks like she's aiming to cash in. Let's not forget, the Offset Saweetie rumor had already been one of the hottest topics in hip-hop since late 2021. And the reason? It wasn't just a cheating scandal. It was betrayal inside the family circle. Remember, Saweetie had just ended things with Quavo after 2 years of flaunting Birkin bags, icy gifts, and Instagram couple goals. But TMZ dropped that infamous elevator footage of them fighting over a Call of Duty case in March 2021, and from there, it all went downhill. That elevator clip wasn't just messy, it was nuclear. The internet erupted, accusing Saweetie of messing with Offset behind Cardi's back. Sources claim the affair was real, though no photos, no texts, no hotel sightings ever surfaced, just vibes and chaos. But let's not forget, Cardi had already filed for divorce back in 2020 because of Offset's confirmed cheating history, though they reconciled later. So when the rumor spread, it wasn't hard for people to believe. Then in October 2022, Quavo and Takeoff dropped their album Only Built for Infinity Links, and fans swore Quavo through subliminals on the track Messy. "My dog behind my back, but I ain't stressing. You wanted the gang, you should have said it." And that one bar reignited the firestorm all over again. We would have blessed it. We would have blessed it. But now? Now it's just messy. That single lyric was all the internet needed to spark a wildfire. Fans immediately twisted it into a conspiracy theory, claiming Offset was my dog and the gang was a betrayal. Suddenly, timelines were flooded with breakdowns and accusations. Not long after, the ghost of loyalty split the crew apart. Quavo himself hinted in interviews that trust had been shattered, that someone broke the code. But when pressed, he denied it all, brushing it off by saying people were simply reading too much into things. Still, the suspicion lingered like smoke in the air. By 2023, just when the rumor began to...
Sit them. What is it? Saweetie, Krishan Rock, Ari, like, yo, this is... Yo, Offset was piping out chicks that Cardi was supposed to do.
Cool down. Offset poured gasoline on the flame. He brought the story back to life with comments that reignited the chaos. And then Joe Budden gave him a platform, letting the fire burn even hotter. That interview was the switch. Once it flipped on, there was no turning it off. On Cardi's Instagram, Offset was caught lashing out at women who left "I love you queen" comments under her posts. And he even claimed some of them were Cardi's own friends. Now, Cardi has been down this road before. Remember when Selena Powell said she was carrying Offset's child? Cardi went straight into denial mode, later admitting she learned not to feed the lies. But this time, it's different. The release of that alleged tape looks too strategic, too intentional, designed to cause rifts no apology tour could ever repair. What could have been just another gossip wave turned into a full-blown wildfire. Rumors swirl that Cardi herself leaked it, not just to strike back at Offset, but to shatter Saweetie's good girl image before her next album dropped. And then Blueface poured gasoline on the fire by jumping on X, claiming Chris and Rock also hooked up with Offset. T had already hinted it during their messy baby daddy drama. The internet ate it up, with some calling Cardi's move reckless legally, while others said it was classic Cardi, clap back hard when betrayed. Let's not forget, this isn't Cardi's first time in court. She proved she's not afraid of legal battles when she crushed blogger Tasha K in 2022, winning nearly $4 million in a slander case. So when Saweetie's $50 million lawsuit surfaced, blogs went into overdrive. Suddenly, Quavo's name was back in the spotlight, not just because of his old messy lyrics, but because insiders whispered he could be forced to testify. After all, Quavo was the ex who first ignited the cheating rumor in 2021, and reports say screenshots, group chat receipts, and text messages may back him up. Things spiraled further when word spread that Saweetie's legal team was considering action against DJ Academics for amplifying the chaos. That's not a reach. It's not the first time his mouth landed him in hot water. Remember his run-in with Megan Thee Stallion's legal team during the Tory Lanez trial? Meanwhile, Offset didn't help himself. On Joe Budden's podcast, he mocked Cardi's rumored link to NFL star Stephon Diggs, and fans immediately drag him for being disrespectful. But with a leaked tape back in the spotlight, that joke might drag even more people into the witness list, from Blueface and Chris and Rock to possibly even Quavo's new girlfriend. If Saweetie's $50 million lawsuit actually makes it to trial, the courtroom will feel like a rolling loud lineup. But legal insiders say her entire case rests on three key claims: defamation, alleging the leak ruined her brand and jeopardized endorsement deals; intentional emotional distress, arguing the footage was leaked to humiliate her; and financial damages, pointing to canceled contracts and lost performance opportunities. Her lawyers have already filed early discovery requests, digging into IP addresses, cloud storage, and private emails. And here's the bombshell. Insiders claim Saweetie's team has private messages that prove intimacy did happen. If those texts are real, and if they hit the courtroom, Offset could finally be forced to face the one thing he's never admitted publicly. If those texts turn out to be real, it would validate years of speculation and fuel Saweetie's claim that Cardi's motive was pure revenge. Insiders whisper that subpoenas may soon hit Quavo, DJ Academics, Blueface, and even Chris and Rock, dragging them into the courtroom for their role in either sparking or spreading the story. If even half that list shows up, this trial won't just be legally explosive, it will be reality TV chaos on steroids. And here's the twist. If forensic evidence ties Cardi to the leak, she could be facing not just civil damages but actual criminal charges. In California, distributing private images without consent is a crime that can carry jail time. The stakes are brutal. Cardi is already dealing with the financial fallout from the Tasha K slander case, and a $50 million civil judgment on top of that could cripple her career. Add in the possibility of endorsement deals collapsing overnight, and with no labels hate controversy, and the damage could be catastrophic. But what makes this mess even darker is the possibility of betrayal from inside her own circle. Multiple anonymous insiders claim the leak didn't come directly from Cardi, but from someone in her team. A former assistant allegedly told people at NYC industry events that they handled private files for her, including sensitive videos. Somewhere along the line, one of those files may have slipped into the wrong hands. If that story is true, the implications are insane. Even if Cardi didn't personally release the footage, her ownership of the file could still make her legally responsible. Saweetie's lawyers could force members of Cardi's team into depositions, unraveling every layer of her inner circle. Fans are now divided into two camps. One group believes Cardi shared the tape with a trusted insider who went rogue for clout or cash. The other side insists Cardi orchestrated the leak herself, and is now scrambling to pin the blame on a full guy. Offset's silence on the assistant angle only fuels suspicion. No jokes, no denials, nothing. And here's where it gets really twisted. Whispers suggest that the video didn't even come straight from Cardi's phone or assistant. Instead, a middleman may have acted as a courier, someone in the industry who was friendly with both Cardi and Saweetie. Gossip sleuths online are pointing fingers at two suspects, a fashion influencer tied to both of their PR circles, and a female rapper who has shared festival lineups with them. Both allegedly have a history of leaking private celebrity content to blogs in exchange for ad revenue. If either name is exposed in court, we won't just be watching a lawsuit. We'll be witnessing one of the decade's most shocking celebrity betrayals. Saweetie's attorneys don't actually need to prove Cardi personally hit send. All they need is evidence the clip originated from her. If it came from her circle, the blame still falls on her shoulders. That means Cardi can't simply claim, "I never gave it to Saweetie's enemies." And while Offset is still struggling to cement his solo career after the Migos split, his name is once again trending for scandal, not music. Cardi, meanwhile, is already bracing for the financial hit from the Tasha K ruling, which makes the timing of this lawsuit even more devastating. Just like the original 2021 rumor, the full truth may never come out if this case quietly settles. But if it actually makes it to trial, the receipts are going to pour in leaked DMs, group chats, and private texts. And that's when the story shifts from gossip to courtroom history. The real question isn't just if Saweetie will win. It's whether Cardi's inner circle will flip against her when the pressure hits. Will Quavo finally admit what sparked the fire in the first place? Will Offset throw Cardi under the bus to save his own career? Because if either one happens, the fallout won't just be another messy headline. It could trigger a chain reaction that ends careers permanently. This isn't just about clout or money anymore. It's about survival in an industry where loyalty is rare and betrayal sells headlines. Since this case is still unfolding and every week uncovers a new twist, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over. The details are getting darker, the stakes are getting higher, and the internet is watching every move. So the real question now is, how do you see this ending? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this saga is only getting messier from here.